Brody and Ellen Chansey joining Coach. Coach, if you'll start us off with the opening statement.
Yeah, obviously just really proud of the team. Really proud of these two. Heck of a performance from these guys. Thought Sam Gress looked great. You know, they got a big hit to start the game, but we knew we had a lot of outs to work with, and we were going to do a lot offensively, so I just felt like it didn't phase us much. We played great defense. And then I was really impressed with Jory Hurd, just the way that she looked coming in the game, and you know, her stuff looked really good. So overall, just such a team win. It's a program win. To get this first one out of the way in the tournament is huge. You know, we had some milestones. Aria broke the single season home run record for the program tonight. Lexi Winters got her 100th career hit. Just a lot of really cool moments for us throughout the way, and I'm just really proud of everybody.
Thank you, Coach. Start with questions.
Aria, can you just take us through those two home run swings, and how good is that after a bit of a slump going in the postseason, just getting off the country back in a big way like that?
Yeah, just keeping it simple at the plate, just focusing on our CPAs. So we went and hit this morning, and a big thing for us was we played CPA knockout, just trying to hit the ball over 65 miles per hour. Just hit it hard somewhere, and you're going to lead to success. So just really took that into my bats tonight, and it led to the success I had.
Just follow up on that. What does a school home run record mean to you in your first year?
It means a lot. You know, I really wasn't trying to chase those numbers at all, just trying to let it happen and let it come to me. But you know, just proud of everything, all the hard work I put in, and grateful for my teammates who, you know, are there for me in every waking moment and put me into those situations.
Coach Sam, there, down 2-0 in the first. Kind of feels a little bit that second inning last week. It's the same team. She makes some good pitches there, keeps you in the game. How big of a statement was that, even so early, just to kind of step the tide right there?
Yeah. You know, Sam. We know Sam really well, so I feel like we know her like the back of our hand at this point. But Sam carries the weight of the world on her shoulders, and you know, sometimes you know, she presses a little, like she gets a little tight. We can see it, and I can feel it from her. So I think, you know, just making sure that she knows that she's good enough the rest of the way is so important. And you know, she's a key piece and a huge factor of our success, and has been and will be, you know, until they're done playing. So you know, just making sure that we keep her in just a really free place to compete, you know, keep her loose. Like, her stuff is really good. She's just got to trust it. And I think that's going to be key for her the rest of the way, just making sure she doesn't feel too much pressure. But, you know, the great thing about Sam is, you know, you can really, you can have really great conversation with her even in the middle of competition. So I think just coming into the dugout in the middle of the first of just like trying to free her up, loosen her up a little bit, I thought her stuff got better as she went. And the plan all along was to bring Jory in from the bullpen. I mean, that was scripted out. We were looking for that matchup to grab throughout the game, and it was the right time to bring her in. So that really had nothing to do with, you know, Sam. It more about we really wanted to get Jory on the field tonight, and she looked really good. So, you know, and we need Gress, we need Hurd, and honestly, we need Lamb too. We need all three of them to throw really well over the next couple weeks.
Ella, if you don't mind, just kind of talking about the resiliency of the team. Y'all go down 2-0 at the top of the first. Just kind of what's the mindset at that point to kind of come back?
Yeah, I think all season long we've found ourselves in moments like that where we're down. And it's never like trying to hit the panic button or anything. We understand that we have a lot to work with as the game is going on, and so for us, we just keep things simple and really focus on like what we can control. And for hitting wise, that's CPAs, and so it's not trying to do too much in the moment. It's just trying to get on base with a walk or just have a hard hit ball or something like that. And so I think the belief that we have in each other just really carries us throughout the game, and you can feel that in the dugout. And so there's not really any sort of panic in those moments when we're down.
You're a local product, you know, from around here. Do you have any family here? How did that feel to get a big hit like that in Athens and tie the game here?
Yeah, honestly, that was really special for me. The game before us went into extra innings, obviously, and so I got to run into a few people, and it's people just back home, like from my high school community who have grown up with me, but also all my family was here. And so just being able to do that, like in front of them, in front of the people who have been with me from day one in my softball career, like that was really special.
Coach, Sam pitched three times last week against Alabama. You know, with a little bit of a rocky start, was there ever a moment in that first inning where you were wondering if she could settle in and give you kind of a productive start?
I'm sure there was a moment. Now whether I can recall that moment now, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I felt like Sam was going to get better. You know, we actually talked about it as a team leading up to the matchup today of like, this is not an extension of the series from last weekend. It's just a solo mission tonight. And so I think trying to separate mentally from the series last weekend was really important for us. We really talked through the lineup today with Sam, really with all the pitchers. We have pitcher scout that's separate from team scout. So we really talked through the lineup. We looked at, really how we were successful, how we got beat last weekend, and really kind of nitpicked through that with them. So I felt like Sam was really confident. Really, they were all really confident with the plan that we had, any adjustments that we needed to make for tonight. So, I honestly just felt like she was a little pushy and a little stiff to start the game. But I really did feel like she was going to work out of it, and we really needed her. She went 4 innings for us, and we needed that. We needed her to have a lengthy open for us to get to her eventually in the game. So I always feel like Sam's going to work it out. Like, I'm like her biggest fan, and we've been through a lot together over the past 3 seasons, and I don't know if there's anything at this point we haven't experienced together. So I have the utmost confidence in her. I just feel like I could leave her out there for anything and she would find a way to get it done.
Any surprise to you that Ariana can come in here to South Carolina and set the school home run record her first year?
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Ari and I, we went through recruiting during COVID, back years ago, and she committed to us at Charlotte. Not being able to spend a ton of time together, it was all kind of virtual and over the phone through her recruiting process. And I just remember back to some of those times now of just seeing who she is now and who she's grown into be. And, I'm really glad that, she's going to be around a little longer. That's always nice. But she's grown, she's matured. Freshman year, I think she learned a lot. I think she learned a lot about how to play the game at this level, and how to play first base and how to hit at this level. And so I think the lessons that she learned as a freshman, we actually kind of laugh about some of them now, of just kind of some of the conversations we had back then. And then obviously she had a heck of a sophomore campaign and was really successful. So I knew that the talent was going to translate and transfer just because I know her and I know her process, and we have a lot of trust in her. And so it's good to see, it's good to see she's hit well in this park for several years now. And it was really good to see the ball leave the yard a couple times. It's nice.
What do you know about Texas A&M?
Dynamic, for sure. We kind of, obviously, we don't want to look too far ahead, or we don't want them to look ahead, but we do, in knowing, they've got a lot of lefties in the order. I think it's a 7-2 split in the left side of the box. And, that's just really dynamic offense. And one we haven't faced. We didn't face them in regular season, which I think could work in our favor a little bit tomorrow night. So I think we're going to have to play to the matchup really well. I think we're going to have to pitch really well. I think there's a chance that you could see Lamb, Hurd, and Gress, a mixture of all of them. I think we're going to have to really kind of piece it together and play some chess of just trying to keep them off balance. They've just got a lot of power, and they hit to all fields, just their swing patterns and stuff. They're just really talented and really good, and they had a really great regular season. But I believe in our plan. We'll have a good one, and we will plan to use multiple arms against all of their lefties in the order. Mm-hmm.
How's Neely feeling physically?
She feels good. Yeah, she feels good. We've gotten good results. We've gotten good information. She feels good. She had a really great outing on Saturday against Alabama in the series last weekend. So I can't remember off the top of my head right now how much she pitched exactly, but it was a lengthy outing for her, and probably the best we'd seen in a couple weeks. And when we got her up tonight, when the game was tied, there wasn't much of a plan to put her in, but we sent her to the pen. She says she feels great. She looks really good. Her stuff is good. So, I plan to use her tomorrow for sure, and I think you'll see her as we make a run in postseason.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.